looking gorgeous in what you were wearing. You were looking quite stunning. And
Diva,
two,
diva.
more importantly, the fact that you took the time to comment on each and every one. And that takes me back to what we also discussed a little briefly yesterday about are you jealous of people, or do you get inspired by people? Are you looking at them as having their own space and you having the confidence of having your own space, you know? And then I told her, one, you are looking gorgeous. Okay, one, just a second. Stunning. Yeah. And more importantly, the fact. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting the YouTube started and somehow it just overlaps. So I think I went back to the whole thing of talking about, I was thinking about how once you are confident about yourself, you know, you start getting so comfortable with the person you are. It becomes so easy for you to start recognizing it in other people. So start looking at it from that point of view. Sometimes it's also about what we say, you know, fake it till you make it. So what you can even think of doing at this time would be to say that now I will start doing this for other people. I will make sure that I start giving more and more compliments to other people, so that when they actually start feeling that way, it will become easy for me also to start recognizing the good in them. So you, even if you're not able to do it right now, but start doing it as a practice and say, I will compliment at least 3 people today. And I have started doing this in a very simple way. When I log on to my Facebook, first I look at commenting on 5, and when we comment, we generally say good things about people. So randomly, whichever 5 posts come up on top, I first comment on them. First, write something good about other people, you know. And when you start looking at, because there's a lot of research now that shows how Facebook is causing a lot of depression in people. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all would be aware of this, but the statistics show that the people who are logging onto Facebook, there are no youngsters there. There's nobody below the age of 20, 21 on Facebook. They're all on Instagram or Snapchats or any of that. The average age group of people on Facebook is between, I would say, 35 to 45. And this whole uh, business of trying to feel good about yourself, when you post something and you get your likes, you get your comments, so you constantly go back and check on how many people have commented on it, how many people have liked it. Trust me, when I'm sharing this, I'm talking from research, I'm not talking from my own understanding. There's a lot of solid research on this which is showing that people who are spending a lot of time on social media at one level are very lonely, and that is why they are trying to get, not they're trying to get a lot of, how should I say this, a lot of energy, a lot of validation. Yeah, that word is validation. On who am I good, am I good enough, is coming through validations. And because of that, they are getting into depression. They are looking at other people's posts and they are comparing themselves. They're saying, oh, she's doing so well in life, oh, I'm not getting these opportunities. Ab to travel ke pictures aa rahe nahi hai, otherwise there would be pictures of travel, and I have you know, I'm going to this place, I'm going to that place and having a fabulous time at Karabi Islands, or you know, seeing this wonderful thing here. It is causing a lot of depression. So I would say, if you are feeling, or if you are anywhere in that mindset, just change your attitude and say, first thing when I log on to Facebook, I'm going to compliment 5 posts, I'm going to comment on 5 people, I'm going to comment on 10 people. I'm going to do these things where I first give. Okay, and when you give, you will be ready to receive. So it's the same thing, the more you give, the more you're going to receive back. So start out with even a small thing like Instagram, whatever you are on. But I'm just giving you an idea that when we give more, we build actually our own self-esteem and confidence. And started by doing it this way, even if it doesn't come naturally to you, as a very mechanical thing. Say, when I log on to Facebook, I will first compliment 5 posts. or I will first compliment 10 people. And again, coming back to Guneet, I don't think she's on call, but I'm sure she'll be seeing it later. If you notice, I have at least seen this. Very rarely there is a post where Guneet and I know the person and Guneet has not said something nice about the person. Even if it is just a thumbs up, or it is a smiley, or it is a witty comment or something. So, and if you notice, her own posts are so less. I hardly find, except for when she's putting something up for Uncle Sam's kitchen. So, like other people's posts, share other people's posts. It is so important when you see somebody doing something good. When you share it on your wall, you are helping the person reach out to more people. And all this will help you build your own confidence so much. Forget the fact that next time you post, there'll be more people liking it and more people commenting on it. That's not our agenda. Our agenda is it builds your own confidence. So complimenting people and telling them and doing it honestly, not faking it in a wrong way. But even if it doesn't come naturally to you, start doing these as practices. And when you start complimenting more people, when you start acknowledging more people, people feel good. One of the most earliest books on self-help is Dale Carnegie's book, How to Influence Friends and Win People, or How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the things that he writes, he just gives 6 steps. But one of the things that he writes is about acknowledging people, speaking to them with their name. It's like we all have this hidden board which we are wearing around our neck, which says, see me, recognize me, acknowledge me, love me. We are wearing this invisible board, and we would like our names to be written somewhere on top. So, talking to people with their name, acknowledging them. Take example of Rachna now. Now, so many of y'all have come to know Rachna, okay, and it has only come because she has been acknowledging not just yesterday's post, but whenever she logs on and she looks back at everything that has been in the chat, she has made it a point to comment on at least 80% of what has been there, even if it hasn't been 100%. And maybe because I stop it and I stop the group chat because it's 9:30, 10, and I want everybody to settle into bed, and I stop it. So I noticed and I have complimented her about this, and I've called her up and I've told her, you're doing such a fabulous job of uplifting people. Look around and see there are so many people to bring us down. There are so many people to tell us negative things. If we can make a shift in ourselves and say, I am going to uplift 5 people in my life today, and not necessarily people around us, not necessarily our spouses, partners, in-laws, say children, any of them. But if I can look at 5 people today and give them my smile, okay, or give them something good that I have noticed in them. It could be through a compliment, it could be through a call, it could just be saying, I was thinking about you, how are you doing? Just that. Or it could be on Facebook, like I said, by complimenting, commenting, sharing other people's posts. Trust me, do this as an exercise, and within 5 days, I would say that's going to be another miraculous magic in the way you feel about yourself. So the minute you acknowledge others, you're adding a lot to yourself. Okay. So that's the mantra for the day, that I'm going to help 5 people comment, compliment, share, talk about it, give a thumbs up, do whatever in whichever way. And this is all that comes through practice. So the more you're going to practice is, the more you're going to get perfect in the art of complimenting other people. Okay. So that's my take. And it's 6:12, and we're going to start reading the last chapter, and then we're going to move on with a little bit more which is there in the book, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, towards the end of today, because what I want you to come prepared with for tomorrow. So that's a little homework that I want you to do from my side. Okay, so would
Ruchi,
anyone like to read? Yes.
a quick thing I've been wanting to say,
Yeah,
but I
sorry,
didn't want
who's
to
this?
disturb.
I
I'm
can't.
Madhu. I'm
Yeah,
Madhu,
okay,
Ruchi.
yes, 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 Madhu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruchi, it was lovely putting faces to the names we've been reading in
Yes.
the WhatsApp group.
Yes.
And one thing I would like to say right now, what you have told the whole thing,
Yeah.
I am in this habit of appreciating posts and everything.
Yes.
And somewhere in the lockdown with doing my online courses, I've lost that, the patience of kind of, commenting. And after seeing Rachna yesterday, I could see myself that therein her,
Yes.
because in the groups, I do generally comment and,
Acknowledge.
post and appreciate people because I love appreciating people.
Yes.
And as you said, what you give is what you get back. So
Yes.
yes, I get a lot of love and appreciation because I give it back, maybe.
Yes.
And this question was always there, that why do everybody says that you need love, and love is an abundance in my life. So I used to
Yes.
wonder, how come people want attention and love and appreciation, which I just get it from nowhere. I mean, even my maid would comment, Amma, you're looking very nice today. So I just wonder how it happens, but now I realize where the source is, because when you
Yes.
give, you get. So
Yes.
that is what I wanted to
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you
this.
so
So it's
much,
very
Ruchi.
nice for people who come back and say that, yes, I do it and it works. It seconds it. It says that, yes, you know what, it is. And we're just taking a case study from what Rachna did yesterday. We're not going anywhere else, you know.
And I
And
should thank Rachna
yes,
also for getting me back into this. And I've now decided whatever it takes, I will start doing back my old practice.
yeah, and you know, the only reason I'm saying this is, even if you don't know how to do it in a mechanical way. Start out by doing it in a mechanical way. Start out by saying that बोला है कि रोज सुबह काढ़ा पीना है तो पीना है, अभी मुझे करना है तो करना है. Don't put your logical mind into it too much. Don't think too much like, but why should I write for her, she's never written for me. Doesn't matter. That's not the attitude you started with. You started with a genuine attitude to give, and you will begin to see the change that's happening in terms of how naturally it will come to you after you practice it over a period of time, and also how people will, when you make a post, you will see, if you want to factually examine it, you will see that when you make the next post, see the number of people who will like and who will say it. So I don't know, we're digressing and it's 6:15, but I think it's important that we have these conversations. And the last chapter is not so tough, so I will still take that opportunity. I had this very, very dear friend of mine in school, okay, and Nitya Ramakrishnan, and she was a 6 footer something. Her dad was in the police, and I was this puny little thing. I've been the same height since I was in class 6. I haven't grown an inch. So we were the best of friends. And whenever we would walk into a party, imagine we're teenagers, we're class 11, class 12, and that's the age group I'm talking. You're so conscious. You're so conscious about the boys in the room. You're so conscious about who's looking at you. Will that person smile at me? Is that person going to acknowledge me? Is that person going to come and talk to me? Nitya would always have an attitude where she would say, if I see somebody avoiding my eye, I will first go and talk to that person. Because I'm not going to wait for that person to come and talk to me. But I know that person is uncomfortable to come and speak to me. So I will go and say hi to that person and say, it's been so long. And it was a beautiful attitude that she carried. So after a point, understand that people maybe want to talk, but they don't know how to approach. And when you make them feel comfortable and you go and say, hey, you're looking so pretty today, I love the way you're carrying this dress, and you know, this color suits you so much, and this bag is just absolutely gorgeous. Be genuine. Don't fake it. Don't fake it that way. When I say fake it till you make it, I'm only asking you to practice it. I'm not asking you to, you know, say compliments just for the sake of it, or have a list of 5 compliments in your head and say, आज party में जाके 1 2 3 4 5 check करके एक एक जन को एक बोलना है. No, be very genuine in when you say it. And I remember the way, after a while, the same people who used to be very uncomfortable to talk, the minute Nitya would walk into the room, she would be like this little flower, and the bees would all come around her. So she would gather that kind of energy, you know, and she would say, मुझे तो बहुत मजा आता है जब कोई मुझे अवॉइड करता है, मुझे और मजा आता है कि मैं जाके उस बंदे से बात करूं, you know. And it was an attitude. It was just the way she looked at it, and she said, why is this person avoiding me? This person has seen me, this, we've made eye contact, why is he not smiling? So she would walk up and smile, and you know, imagine a towering figure of 6 footer coming and talking to you like that. She had quite the personality for it as well. But I loved that thing about her, and somewhere I picked it up and I said, okay, I will go up and say a hi first. And there might be times when I might not know the person, but I know we have exchanged smiles. So can we go a little beyond a smile? And trust me, when you start doing it as an exercise, that practice will add so much confidence in the way you feel about yourself. So it's like a two-way thing. You feel good about yourself, you give it out to others. You give it out to others, it adds more and more to yourself. Okay, so I want you all to do this as a practice today, genuinely complimenting three people, and and adding that smile to their lives. Okay, and a lot of messages on the chat. It was overwhelming, and it's so nice to see everybody writing and understanding the value of this. And Rachna, you really opened it out for us because you did that. you know you did that, so thank you, thank you, thank you. You're on mute, you need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
I said I should thank everybody because it was like sprinkling the magical dust on everybody. But the amount I got out of it, and I truly believe, is that you collect leaps and bounds of what you sow, because it is magical, really. I'm telling you, and I've always, what I am today is thanks to all the compliments that I have got from the time I got married and came here. And the journey has been so beautiful and so enriching, thanks to the love and energy by the people around you. So I think everybody should empower themselves with this, the
Yeah.
magical band, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah, and
truly,
to add to it, you're very genuine in giving compliments. I don't want you to take that away from yourself, because you've given so many compliments. It is why you have received a lot. So it comes from, like, as you sow, so shall you reap. So you've sown those
so,
compliments, and today your garden's so beautiful. So
so beautiful, really, really.
comes from there. So thank you for this
Thank you.
conversation and all
Thank
of
you.
it. And it's 6:20, so quickly, who's going to read? Is anyone reading? Because the next part of it, I would like to take on myself. And so this part alone, Rachna, would you like to read? Yeah. Okay, thanks. So I'm just going to share the screen. Yeah. Can you see it? Rachna, can you see the screen?
Yes, Ruchi.
Yeah.
It says day 28. Remember the magic.
Hmm.
That's the thing with magic. You've got to know it's still here, all around us, or it just says invisible to you, stays invisible to you. Is it
That's
all
the
right?
thing with
Can you
magic.
hear me?
Yeah. I'll just repeat that once. That's the thing with magic. You've got to know it's still here all around us, or it just stays
Stays.
invisible for you. So it's basically saying that you need to acknowledge the fact that the magic is all around you. You need to know that it is still around you, or else it will remain invisible. It is now knowing that the magic lies all around us. Yes.
By Charles Dillon.
Yeah.
Every day is unique. There is no day like any other day. The good things that happen each day are forever different and forever changing. And so when you remember the magic by counting yesterday's blessings, no matter how many times you do it, it will be different every time. It's just one of the reasons why remember the magic is the most powerful ongoing practice to maintain the magic of gratitude in your life.
Okay, so now she's actually taking us back to the first practice that she taught us, which is counting your blessings, counting your 10 blessings in the day. And she's taking us straight back to that practice alone. And what she's saying is it's just the one of the reasons why remember the magic is the most powerful ongoing practice to maintain the magic of gratitude in your life. Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what your desires are now or what desires you will have in future, this magical practice will remain the most powerful practice for your entire life. The easiest way to remember the blessings of yesterday is to start by remembering the beginning of the day when you woke up and go back over the day in your mind, recollecting the major events of the morning, afternoon, and evening until you reach the time when you went to bed. When you recall yesterday's blessing, it should be effortless. You are just scanning the surface of yesterday, and as you scan, the blessings will bubble up to the surface of your mind.
Yeah, so this is exactly what she taught us right in the beginning, that when you sit down or when you start your day, you start by recalling everything that happened the previous day, all the major events of the morning, afternoon, evening, until you reach the time when you went to bed. And when you recall yesterday's blessings, it should be effortless. It should now start coming to you very naturally when you go over the day's blessing or everything that happened during the day. When you recall, it should be effortless. You are just scanning the surface of yesterday, and as you scan, the blessings will bubble to the surface of your mind. As you go through it, it will start coming up very naturally to you, because now you've been doing this practice. It's our 20th day together, but 21st, technically, if we leave out one day. So you have written down 200 plus blessings. So if you've come as far as 200 blessings, you have understood how you can scan the surface, recall the previous day, and just keep writing it down one after the other. Yes.
You can start this magical practice by asking the questions: what are the good things that happened yesterday? Whenever you ask a question, your mind will immediately look for answers. Did you receive any great news? Did you magically receive or accomplish one of your desires? Did you magically receive unexpected money? Did you feel especially happy? Did you hear from a friend who haven't heard from in a long time? Did something go magnificently well for you? Did you receive a great phone call or an email? Did you receive a compliment, or did someone express his or her appreciation for you? Did someone help you to solve a problem? Did you help somebody? Did you finish a project or start something new you're excited about? Did you eat your favorite food or watch a great movie? Did you receive a gift, resolve a situation, have a stimulating meeting, quality time with someone, a great conversation, or make plans for something really you wanted to do?
Yeah, so she's given a whole lot of list of things that you can recall about the previous day. So, one, did you magically accomplish one of your desires? Did you receive unexpected money? Now, I got a very nice message from somebody who's been in the group and is known to me also, and she said how they got a refund out of the blue. And she said, otherwise, I would have never thought of the refund as magical money, but now that I'm following this and now that I'm listening to you and reading the book and all of that, I realized this money I shouldn't take for granted because it has magically appeared. So even something like a refund or a discount, or like once Kirti told me that the day the kids were getting, they got their results, and all the money that their grandparents showered on them, everything is money. So unexpected money, but now we're becoming aware of it, something that we wouldn't acknowledge earlier, but now we are in a space to acknowledge it. Did you feel specially happy? Did you hear from a friend whom you haven't heard from in a long time? Did something go magnificently well with you? Did you receive a great phone call or email? Did you receive a compliment, or did someone express his or her appreciation for you? Did someone help you to solve a problem? Did you help somebody? Did you finish a project or start something new you're excited about? Did you eat your favorite food, watch a great movie? you receive a gift, resolve a situation, have a stimulating meeting, quality time with someone, a great conversation, or make plans for something you really want to do. So you can recall so many of these things because now you're in a space where you can identify it. And remember, the four themes that is being carried all along has been on health, on wealth, your relationships, and career and growth. So even if you scan yesterday and you say, what happened with my health, what happened with my money or wealth, what happened with my relationships, what happened with opportunities that came my way, and if you look at each of these things and say, okay, I'm going to try and write three things for each, or at least two things for each of these, you've got 8 blessings going for you there straight away. And then it's about 2 more. Okay, remember the magic.
Remember the magic and list yesterday's blessing on a computer or write them.
Write
Say
them
them,
out. Yeah,
write them out. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
in a
that's
journal.
it, right? In my page. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
In a journal,
Hmm.
scan over the surface of yesterday until you feel satisfied that you have recalled the blessings of the day. They can be small things or big things because it's not about the size of the blessings. It's about how many blessings you find and how much gratitude you feel for each one. As you remember and notate each one, simply be grateful and say the magic words for it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's not about the small things or the big things. It's not about the size of the blessings. It's about how many blessings you find and how much gratitude you feel for each one. As you remember and notate each one, simply be grateful and say the magic words for it. Thank you.
When you want to do this magical practice after today, you can mix it up so that some days you write out the blessings and the other days you remember the blessings and say them out loud in your mind. You can make a quick list of blessings or you can make more detailed lists saying why you are grateful for each one.
Okay, so now she is being a good teacher and she's saying that now that you've come as far as this, now I'm going to teach you some loopholes, or now I'm going to give you some shortcuts. Okay, and what is the shortcut? You can either write the blessings about yesterday, or you can write generally the blessings that you feel for that day, which need not have happened yesterday, might have happened on a few other days, and you can write that blessing down. You can make a quick list of the blessings, or you can make a detailed list saying why you're grateful for each one. And she also says that sometimes you can say them loud or even in your mind. So the first option is to write them down. Second is to think about them, or sorry, second option would be to say it out loud, and the third option would be to even think about it. Okay, but we will work a little bit more around this, because my personal experience has been that writing them down, and writing them down in the format that she's given, where you start by saying, I'm so grateful for such and such, because or as it helped me in, that I believe is one of the best ways to write it down. So I would personally request you not to get into the habit of saying it in your mind, or of saying it aloud, or recalling it in your mind, because then we don't really get down to each and everything. We have a monkey mind and it's going to jump around from place to place. We will not be able to go through it systematically. But when we write it down, we actually scan the whole of yesterday and we work very well around that. So please stick to writing it down for a longer period of time. If once a while something has happened and you're not able to do it, that's perfectly fine. But an overall day, you should be writing it down. Okay, there is no set.
There is no set number of blessings to find from yesterday because every day is different. But I can assure you that every single day of your life is full of blessings. And when you have opened your eyes to see the truth of this, you will have opened your heart to the magic of life, and your life will be abundant and magnificent.
Okay, so now she says that Although she herself has given us the whole thing about writing 10 blessings each day, now she says there's no set number of blessings to find from yesterday, because every day is different. So maybe on a day you have 15 things to be very grateful for. Maybe on another day you write 5 things that you're most grateful for. But no matter what it is, I can assure you that every single day of your life is full of blessings. So at least one thing you will be able to identify which was beautiful about yesterday. Now she's telling us that, okay, you have come this far. I know you're able to do this. So I'm now telling you the way forward. You could do it in any of these ways. Okay. Yeah.
Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. Remember the magic. It was created for you.
Yes, it was created for you. And that's the end of the chapter. And I think,
Okay.
just like we have discussed so many other things and quotations and everything, I think this is also a beautiful quotation to write it out and stick it somewhere where you can constantly see it, because it carries two very important thoughts here. One, when you have gratitude, you will have abundance. But the scarier part is, if you don't have gratitude for what you have, that will also be taken away from you. So I think this quote is also very vital. And I think we should write it down somewhere and put it up, so we are in constant remembrance. We're in constant thought that if I have gratitude, I will have abundance. And if I don't have gratitude, whatever I have will also be taken away from me. So remember the magic. It was created for you. So you are the person who is going to receive all this. So unless you remember the magic, you're not going to get the most of it. Okay, remember magic practice number 28?
Magic practice number 28. Remember the magic. 1. Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you are grateful. Reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel feel as grateful for that blessings as you can. You have written 280 blessings over the course of this book.
Yeah. So the idea was, if you were
Yeah.
doing one chapter a day, we would be writing 10 blessings each day and we would have had 280. But nevertheless, we have at least 210 as of today. If you have written one on Sunday also, and each day as has been recommended, then you have a book of 280 blessings, which 210 blessings, which you have written over the course of these 21 days. Yeah. Remember the magic.
2. Remember the magic by counting the blessings of yesterday and writing them down. Ask yourself the question, what are the good things that happened yesterday? Scan the surface of yesterday until you feel satisfied that you have remembered and written down all the blessings of the day. 3. Remember each one simply. As you remember each one, simply say the magic word thank you for it in your mind. 4. After today, you can do this practice as a written list, or out loud, or in your mind. You can make quick list of things you are grateful for about yesterday, or make a shorter or more detailed list and say why you're grateful for them. 5. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in your hand and say the magic word, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day.
Okay, so now she's asking us to count our blessings. Now we have already been doing it as the practice. So actually, this chapter is not new. It is like a quick revision of how do you count your blessings. So there might be some days, on maybe say a Sunday, when you want to put aside, say, 15 minutes and say, I want to just be grateful for everything that I have. That need not be from yesterday, that may be over a period of time. What are the things that you have been feeling extremely grateful for? And those can be one list of blessings, And then the other, on a daily habit, the blessings that I would want you to write. It's really worked for me. So I can say what works for me and what I have been practicing is every morning, even before we start the class, I come down by 5:15, and I write down my 10 blessings of yesterday. So it helps me to go over the surface of yesterday, identify all the beautiful things that have happened, and that's the energizer for the day. That is what actually gives you, that's your battery recharge. So you recharge your battery by writing down all your blessings that you have received from yesterday. And on a general note, she says if there are days that you don't write it down, you can say it out loud. You can say thank you so much, I had such a beautiful coffee with this friend. Or like somebody had mentioned, and we had discussed this, that I feel like writing it down then and there, the minute it has happened, which is also beautiful. If you want to keep a notes open on your cell phone and something beautiful happens and you want to make a note of it then and there, write it down over there. I'm feeling so happy, I'm so grateful she gave me a call and she asked about me and she was willing to help me out. Then and there you write that blessing down on your notes in your cell phone is also fine. Okay, so what she has taken us through is a very important practice. And now she's telling us with this chapter, as well as the next chapter, which I will be reading with you, she's telling us now how to practically use it on a day to day basis. So I would still strongly recommend write your 10 blessings in the morning, which covers your surface from yesterday. I would still say hold your magic rock at night and say what was the bestest thing that happened with me today and recall that, and a few others which we will discuss tomorrow, which is what I want each of y'all to come back and say, okay, you know what, I resonate with these, I will definitely make this a part of my everyday routine. And that we will discuss tomorrow after we go over the next chapter. Thank you so much, Rachna, for reading, and that was beautiful. So that brings us actually to day 28, and we finish with the main part of the book. I mean, we've really finished with the chunk. Now, what we're going to be doing is how are you going to sustain these practices, okay? Or how are you going to make sure that you have these practices going for you for a longer period of time? So, this chapter is called Your Magical Future. You are the builder of your life, and gratitude is your magical tool to build the most incredible life. You have now laid a foundation through these magical practices, and with the tool of gratitude, you are adding more flows to the building of your life. Your life will climb higher and higher until you touch the stars. There is no end to the heights you can reach with gratitude, and there's no end to the magic you can experience. Like the stars in the universe, it's infinite. So she has given you the basic foundation, and through all the practices, all the tools that she has taught us, she has given us a solid foundation. So now with that foundation, every day when you are doing your gratitude, you're building floors and floors and floors, and this is going to be a skyscraper which is going to go as high as you can and as high as you want it to go. And what happens when you go keep going up and up and up? Our metaphor is to hold or catch hold of the stars. And that's what she says, that there is no end to the magic that you can experience. Like the stars in the universe, it's infinite. The amount of magic that is outside just waiting for you to magnetize it towards you is just in your hands. And this is what she says: foundation is now ready, it's for you to start building. To speak gratitude is courteous and pleasant. To enact gratitude is generous and noble. But to live gratitude is to touch heaven. How beautifully he has said this. Speaking about gratitude is courteous and pleasant. So, right now, we're only in that space of being courteous and pleasant. When we start enacting it, we're going to become generous and noble. And some of us are already in stage 2. And but to live gratitude is to touch heaven. And I think this is where we need to aspire to be able to living in gratitude every single day. So she's given a very clear, Johannes A. Geithner has given a very clear step-by-step way on how you move up the ladder of gratitude. First level is you're courteous, you're pleasant, you start becoming more polite to people around you. Second is you become generous, you start giving back more and more. And third, you're living in bliss. You're living in absolute heaven because it's become such a way of life for you. So, depending on which stage you are in, you will only graduate to the next level. The ideal way to move forward from here is to maintain the foundation of gratitude you've built and gradually keep building on it through increasing your depth of feeling. The more you practice gratitude, the deeper you will be able to feel it. And the more deeply you feel it, the less time you will need to give to it as a guide. Now she's telling us in the future how to practice it. 3 days a week of Remember the Magic or combining it with two other magical practices of your choosing should maintain your current foundation of gratitude and keep building the magic in your life so that your life continues to get better and better. For example, you might choose to do Remember the Magic on one day, magical relationships on the second, and magic money on the third day. Now, everybody has got this PDF, everybody knows what these practices are. But what I would want you to do during the day today is to somewhere quickly go through it as much as you can and recall how much do you remember in it, okay? So that tomorrow when you come back, you have ample time to clear your doubts. I'm always available on chat. You can always text me and I'll be there to clear your doubts. I might not respond immediately, but I will get back to you eventually. But what happens when you clear your doubts here tomorrow, you may open up clarifications for a lot of other people as well. So please come ready with what these doubts are in any of the magical practices that we have done. So now she's telling us it's like I have given you all the ingredients. Every day you can make a different dish with the same ingredients. So if you say, मुझे रोज आलू की सब्जी खानी है, but I'm going to make आलू की सब्जी in different ways. Today I will probably make it with amchur. Tomorrow I'll probably make it with dahi. Day after I will probably make it as a sukha aloo ka saag. But aloo is your gratitude that remains constant, and you change the way in which you are preparing the dish. Okay, 4 days a week of Remember the Magic or incorporating it with three other magical practices of your choosing will maintain your gratitude and accelerate the magic. 5 days a week of Remember the Magic or incorporating it with four other magical practices of your choosing will dramatically increase your happiness and the magic in every area and circumstance of your life. 6 or 7 days a week of Remember the Magic, which is what we've been doing by writing out our 10 blessings every day, or incorporating it with any other magical practices of your choosing, and you will become the true alchemist. You can turn everything into gold. So now, if you look at it stage wise, she's saying if you do it 3 days, this is what you'll get. If you do it 4 days, this is what you'll get. If you do it 5 days, this is what you'll get. If you do it 6 or 7 days, this is what you're going to get. So now you have to decide for yourself, what do you want? Do you want happiness? Do it 5 times a day. Do you want more of practices of your choosing, or do you just want to accelerate the magic? Do it 4 times. But if you really want to turn everything around you into gold, then there's no compromise. There's absolutely no saying 2 days karenge and I will get the same power as an alchemist. Doesn't work. Alchemist is a person who has the power that when he touches something, it turns into gold. So if you want to be that person, then you have to put in that much more effort and do the practice every single day. And she says, remember the magic, which is what we have been doing from day one. The 10 magical practices or the ten blessings that we recall of the previous day is what we are doing as Remember the Magic. And by just doing that and adding a few magical practices of your choice on different days, that's when you will become an alchemist and turn everything into gold. Okay, now what are the magic practice recommendations? To keep the magic continuing in the important areas of your life, like your happiness, health, relationships, career, money, and the material things you own, you could do the specific practices for each area once a week. However, if you want to increase the magic in any area of your life, you should give more through an increased practice of gratitude for that area several days a week. If you're unwell, you will want to do the magical practice for your health every day, if not multiple times in a day. So now she's saying that you have all these tools. How are you going to use these tools through the week, or how are you going to use it in future? The following recommendations will easily guide you towards the magical practices that will have the strongest and fastest effect in your life. Follow the recommendations in the relevant area for 3 weeks minimum, doing each recommended practice once a week. So we come back to 3 weeks, which is actually 21 days, and it will start showing. So if you want to identify and say that this is the important thing that I want to do for this particular week, I'm feeling unhealthy, or my health is not the way I want it to be, then you start working on your health for 21 days. If you want to bring in more prosperity and you want to work on money, then you choose the practices which are for your money and you do them consistently for 21 days. Similarly, for your career, for your growth, for your relationships, any of these. Now she has put down together clusters. So when you say relationships, you can look at these chapters: magical relationships, magic dust everyone, magically heal your relationships, magic wand, magic mirror, remember the magic. So these chapters, if you start looking into and you say, okay, I want to give my concentrated effort on building on my relationships, I will do these practices every single day for the next 21 days. If you want to work on health, you look at magical health, magic dust, everyone, magic and miracles in health, magical air that you breathe, magic wand, remember the magic. So now, if you notice, there are two things which she has more or less used every day. One is magic dust, and the other is remember the magic. And she's not even talking about the rock, because that is one thing you have to do every single night, no matter what, no matter whether you're thinking about your health, wealth, money, relationships, anything. Magic rock does not change. These other things can change. If you want to think about money, then you think about money, magic money, money magnet, the magic check, the magic wand, the magic mirror, and remember the magic. So this is how you look at these practices in a concentrated way. Careers, you look at these chapters: works like magic, magic dust everyone, magic wand, magic mirror, remember the magic. Now the other thing which is coming again and again is the magic mirror. So I feel that, and we'll discuss that tomorrow, so I'll save that conversation for tomorrow. But notice the ones that are getting repeated a lot. That is, when it's getting repeated a lot, it only means that doing this irrespectively also will benefit you a lot. If you want something on, your desires, then magic dust everyone, make all your wishes come true before your very eyes, magic wand, magic mirror, remember the magic. So you can do this as combination exercises. Sorry. Your magic rock. You can make the magic rock practice of your daily, just a second, magic rock practice a part of your daily life by continuing to keep your magic rock by your bedside and using the time to get into bed as your a reminder to be grateful for the best thing that happened that day. You can also carry your magic rock with you in your pocket, and every time you touch it, use it as your reminder to think of something you're grateful for. Now, this is what I was telling you all, that in NLP we use this as an anchoring thing. So you have it in your pocket, in your purse, in your wallet, if it's a very small pebble, and you keep it with you all the time. And all the time during the day, if you feel that you're feeling low on energy, just touching your magic rock will give you that energy all over again. So magic rock is very, very vital because you have now made it very powerful. The minute you touch the magic rock, it sends you in a space of gratitude from where you start feeling better about yourself. So this magic rock, of course, as a practice, you do it at night, but you can also carry it around with you. Your magic dust, you can also make the magic dust sorry, you can also make the magic dust everyone practice a part of your daily life. Other than sprinkling a magic dust over the people who serve you, there are many more ways to continue using this practice. You can sprinkle magic dust over everyone and everything. If your boss is a bit grumpy, you can secretly sprinkle magic dust over him or her. You can sprinkle magic dust over a family member or loved one if they are in a bad mood, or anyone you come across who needs some magic in their life. You can also add magic wherever you go and sprinkle magic dust over babies and children, over your plants or garden, your food and drinks, your computer or your mail before you open them, your wallet, card, your phone before you take or make a phone call, or over any circumstance that you want to improve. The many applications of magic dust are limited only by your imagination. So, when you know that the sky is the limit and I can use magic dust on everyone, on everything, then you are bound to make it happen. So, there are two practices which come back, actually, three practices which come back over and over again. And these three practices are: remember the magic, which is your 10 blessings of every day. The second thing is your magic rock, which is what she's been making us practice. And the third thing is using the magic dust and saying a little bit that, somebody is grumpy, I'm going to sprinkle a little magic dust on them. Even if you meet someone and you feel, and it's so nice how this whole thing ties in from how we started our conversation today. And we said about how we can add value in people's lives by just giving them compliments, by just smiling at them, by just saying that, oh, I hear you, I understand what you're saying. And honestly, that is your magic dust. You may not be sprinkling it physically by that, by using your hands, but actually that is the magic dust that you are spreading around, and that's going to come back to you manifold. Okay, so today's practice, what I would like you to do is the 10 blessings. All right, and I would want you to go through the book, go through the practices. So if there's anything you would like to clarify, actually the practices that she has mentioned today is exactly what we have been doing. So there is nothing that you need to add on today. Just do your list of 10 blessings, and go over the chapters, go through what I just read out today. So even if you don't want to go through the textbook, probably go back to the YouTube and just go to the last, maybe from say 6:40 to 7 o'clock, where I have read this part of the chapter. So these are the practices. Do I want to clarify, or do I want to know, or do I want to understand how to do a particular thing? Because this is what we will be doing largely tomorrow. So I want you to come prepared with what or how you would like to take this forward, because there is very little left from the book, which we can finish in about 15-20 minutes. But what I want you all to be empowered with tomorrow is to now make your routines, and each one can have a separate routine. It's customizable. You can make, this is what I want, so I'm going to do this. This is now going to be my daily routine. Okay, so magic mirror is beautiful. I would want all of you all to do the magic mirror. I would want you all to do the magic rock, the 10 blessings, which are the ones that I really feel are very, very powerful. Magic dust, magic wand, and see how they miraculously change the way you do it. You're feeling it, you've been going through it, you already know it works. Now it's about sustaining it. Now it's about making sure it becomes a part of you. Okay, so tomorrow is important because I want you all to come back with queries, and ask that how do I do this again? I'm a little confused about this. Can we go over this one more time? So tomorrow is a lot of revision time, and only those students who study and come actually benefit from revision, because otherwise the others are just sitting blank over there. They have no idea what the others are discussing. Okay, so if you really want to benefit from this, do your homework today. Spend a little time and go over the book. The PDF is there on the group. Open the PDF now once and just browse through it. It'll give you a lot of clarity so that tomorrow, when we have these discussions, you understand what queries others are asking if you don't have your own queries. Okay, so that's what we will be doing tomorrow. And I hope today is clear. Today is only about just writing your 10 blessings. Yes, Rachna, I'll just come to you in a second. Today is only about writing your 10 blessings and going through the PDF, and also seeing the last 20-25 minutes of the YouTube, so that you know how she has put down together if relationships is what you want to work on, if health is what you want to work on, if wealth or career choices, desires, what do you want to work on? These are the set of practices that you should be doing for 21 days consistently. So now she's saying this is all the ingredients I have explained to you. I have told you how each ingredient works, and now it is for you to create your own dishes. So tomorrow it is about making your own dish. What are you going to make? Are you going to make a palak paneer, or are you going to make a paneer bhurji, or are you going to make palak paneer? Yes, absolutely palak paneer. Or are you going to make paneer butter masala? What are you going to make? Because now we have the ingredients, and tomorrow is make your own dish. Okay, if I may say so. And you're going to make your own dish which you are going to consistently use every single day. Okay, so tomorrow is vital. But if you don't come ready with your ingredients, you will not be ready to make your dish. So please come prepared for it tomorrow. Okay, yeah, Rachna, you wanted to say something? Yeah, you're on mute. You need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
I was just wondering that they have written the magical mirror
Yes.
for career.
Yeah.
So how do you frame your talking to your own self? I think
Yeah.
magical
So
mirror means that. So
yes.
how do you frame that sentence,
Yeah,
or
so you
how do you
say,
go about?
like I said, when yesterday when I was doing the magic mirror, I said, oh, you're so good at technology, you're getting so better at it, and YouTube will not be a stress for you. You will definitely manage to do it. So something which has helped you grow. Now, career need not always be about something that is going to get you money. Anything that makes you grow. That's why she says career and growth together. So anything that makes you more skilled, right? That
Okay.
becomes a part of career and growth. All right.
Okay.
Or if I would like to say for myself, I would say in the magic mirror, you're so good at attracting the opportunities that you love to work with. Okay, so that is what I talk to myself, and I say you're really good, and the best things come to you, the best opportunities come your way. And then I have to be in awareness that am I looking at these magical cues, am I sensitive to pick up these cues and say the universe is sending out cues to me, right? And I pick up these cues. So I can even say, Ruchi, you're so good. You're able to identify the cues that the universe is throwing at you in terms of opportunities, and you act on these opportunities. Because a lot of us get a lot of opportunities, but do we act on it? Or do we get uncomfortable? And do we say, I don't think I'm good enough for it? So sometimes it is about identifying the opportunity and then saying, how am I going to convert it and use it? So that is what I see. That is what I tell myself. Yeah,
No, the cues that you're talking about,
yeah,
from the understanding of the class that we did, I thought the cues were to be in a state of gratitude, because you said, and you gave an example of a police officer, and you gave an example of the
yeah.
ambulance,
Yes,
or a man who's begging, is that you are in a state of gratitude that you are not going through the bad
absolutely.
times and there. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that cues were to attract, be a magnet to opportunities.
Yes,
See, so
absolutely.
yeah.
It's when you're in awareness that you
Hmm.
have the gratitude, and when you show gratitude, you attract more of that. So it happens one in sequence of other. So if I am in awareness that somebody has given me a call and somebody has told me that this is coming up and would you like to be a part of it, or would you like to do this for us, whether it is conducting a workshop or whether it is anything. Now if I don't pick it up as a cue, if I don't say that, oh, this is an opportunity coming my way and I'm so thankful that these opportunities are coming. So that's a cue. The cue puts me in gratitude. The gratitude attracts more opportunities, right? You get the
See, this is a very vivid cue. I mean, somebody is asking you to do something,
yeah,
and I mean, if you're ignoring it, it's
your
you're in
loss.
ignorance. You're lost. But
Yes,
cue in my mind, when you had explained to me, I'm going to go through that video, the YouTube
yes,
thing. I thought it was cue that you were looking between the lines. You were not.
yeah,
It was not so explicit, but
yeah. So
you.
even, yeah, even here, opportunities, what I have spelled out right now is a very clear one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
many a times it is not like that. Many a times you have to read between the lines, like you said, and you have to say, this is going to be an opportunity for me. So suppose somebody comes and tells you that join this organization. All right. Now,
Yeah.
joining an organization is no guarantee of an opportunity for you. It might just be networking. But by networking, what more opportunities might come your way? You don't know that.
Ah,
So that becomes more like, taking forward the discussion we had yesterday, last night about,
yes, yes.
yes,
WICCI,
now,
yeah, yeah.
yes, exactly. Now looking at it, not as an opportunity where I'm saying, I'm going to network, I'm going to get more business, I'm going to get what. We don't look at it like that. But the fact that we will be a part of an organization, you never know how it might open up something for you totally. So that is where you identify it. What
Actify.
I gave you as an example, I completely understand. It was very
Mhm.
spelt out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
many
yeah.
a times we just do things because it might lead to an opportunity which we have no idea about.
True.
Right. So remember when I also told you about magical cues itself, and I spoke about Garima, and I said how when Garima made that call to BB in Delhi, and I happened to be in the same when I was doing a mind mapping session for the lady who was leading the Swiss camps from. So all these dots got connected, right? But if I did not go that day after school to meet BB, then I don't think it would have happened as fast as it happened. So these are cues that the universe is throwing at us, and we need to act upon them. So I didn't know at that time that I'll start doing the Swiss camps the very next year, but it happened because I picked that magical cue up. Of course, I had no idea what it was at that time, but I just acted upon it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
so but that means you didn't get a cue, but
Yeah.
you were at it and you got it.
Yeah.
But a
No,
cue is
I,
something that I would have thought कि आज सुबेरे my mother-in-law has blessed me with some money. She said, मेरा मन कर रहा था तुझे पैसा देना. I would have thought in my mind that I'm in a position or in an energy to receive money, and I work harder
yes.
to receive or to attract
No,
it or become a magnet. But
yes.
this is something was coincidental. I mean, that
Yes.
happened. You stumbled on it, and it
Yeah.
just fell into place, and
So,
it was a
so this is where we say it was not coincidental. It
okay,
was meant
okay,
to happen.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Now, why am I calling it magic cues? Because if all these had not happened one in sequence of another, and I didn't know the word, it is a magic cue from the universe, but somewhere I had desired, when my children who would have otherwise gone with me to Sri Lanka were actually going on the Swiss camps. And at that time I had desired, why are these children not coming with me, and why do they keep going to Switzerland, and why shouldn't I be going to Switzerland? So that was a desire I had sent out to the universe, and very clear desire that I want to go to Switzerland with the children. It was so specific. And then Magic has its own way, or the universe has its own way of putting the dots together. But these are magical cues. Why are they cues? Because they are making you realize that you will lead to gratitude if you start picking them up. So, between the lines, definitely the ambulance, the police, and all of that. But to be more in awareness, right? That is what will get you more and more opportunities, money, health, everything. So it's about being in awareness. So when I
Awareness.
look at the
Okay.
magic mirror and I say, I am so happy that I receive these magical cues, which turn into opportunities, which get me more and more, more opportunities in my growth, in my career, which gets me more prosperity. One thing leads to another.
Another.
So it's a chain reaction, right?
Thank
Does
you.
that clarify it?
Yes,
Huh?
thank you so much. Yes, because in my mind, I was looking at as ki a good omen or a
Yes,
good
yes, absolutely.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, I didn't know that an explicit will is also called a cue in this.
Yes, it
But
is.
being in that state, I realize. I mean,
Yes.
of course, to be in a state of gratitude. But
Yeah.
it actually gets simpler if you're in a state of gratitude for everything, because whether it's a cue
Absolutely.
or whether it's an
Yeah.
opportunity or whether there is a
Absolutely.
process planned for you, you are ready to receive it.
Yes,
So
absolutely. And you
that's it.
nailed it. The
Yeah.
the bottom line is you need to be in that space of gratitude to understand it as a magical cue, or somebody has sprinkled magic dust on you, or has somebody used a magic wand for you. Doesn't matter what the terminology. It begins with being in gratitude. And that is
Gratitude.
what
Yeah.
is very, very important. Okay.
True.
So it's
Thank you.
7:09. Thank you. Thank you so much. I
Thank
hope
you
you
so much.
clarified it for others on the magical cue. And it's almost 7:10, and we will need to. Uh, yeah. So yeah, we saw Sarika, we saw your son today, and you should just let him sit with us for a little longer. So thank you
Can
very
I
much.
ask something
Yeah,
if
sure,
we
please.
have
Of course,
time?
sorry. Yes.
Okay, Ruchi, yesterday while having dinner,
Yeah.
my son picked up my phone
Hmm.
and I had these list of my desires written behind my phone.
Hmm.
And he was reading them, and one line was, I want an iPad Pro. Thank you for the iPad Pro.
Hmm.
So he turned around and he asked me, Mom, since when did you become so materialistic? So I was like a little stumped. I didn't know what to answer him.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
okay.
set me thinking that
That's probably because he's not. Yes, hi Vedant. Vedant, right? Yeah. We've all been hearing lovely stories about you. So good to see you. Yeah, sorry. Yes. So I know, I guess, kids see us in a different light. And that's probably the way we have been. But how did that make you feel? Did you feel uncomfortable about it?
yeah, I was like, am I being wrong? I mean, is there something wrong in desiring something?
No.
So
Yeah.
I just had to tell him. He asked me, why do you need an iPad Pro? I said, it's for my work because, every time I'm sharing pictures with my clients, I'm giving them my phone. And I think I need to be more professional and stop doing that.
Hmm.
It's more professional when I use an iPad for them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so you've got a reason, and you've given a very clear reason because you need it, not because you want to play Candy Crush on it, but you need it because you want to use it for your work. So you have a very solid reason to do what you're doing, right? And that should not make you uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, because and even if you don't have a solid reason for it, so what? I want to use it. I want to watch movies on it. I want to play games on it. I want to do whatever I want to do with it. I want to spend time reading on it. It could be anything. So,
Yeah, that was another thing because on my phone, everything is like now I feel it's affecting my eyes. So I
right,
feel on a bigger screen, I'd be more comfortable.
absolutely. So for your health, you need it. So there are so many reasons. So why get uncomfortable for it? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else would like to say
So
something?
I would like to say something,
Yeah.
Renu
Sorry,
here.
who's this? Yeah, Renu. Yes. Yes.
Renu. So about a year and a half back, I joined Rotary. And I just joined because another friend of mine, she kept saying, Renu, why don't you come into Rotary? And I just met her twice, and I've always looked up to her, and she's a very nice person. And from my children's school lady and all and everything. So
Renu, your voice is.
I was just thinking, and then my husband said, yeah. So my husband said, I have no time for it. And if they take you as a lady Rotarian, you join in. So
Go
I
ahead.
said, okay, fine. So I became a Rotarian.
Hmm.
And this year's board, when it was announced, they announced me as the joint secretary. And initially I was like stumped because I was like, no, I'm not very good with technology, and I'm challenged in that area, and I don't know whether I'll be able to do justice to it. And but then this happened just to almost when we started our classes.
Right.
So she called me up and she said, no, Renu, I want you to be on the board with me and everything. And I said, then I said, no, let me not pass up the opportunity.
Yes.
Let me take it up as a challenge.
Right.
And I've started, I went and bought myself a laptop, and I started learning how to do things and getting more. So I came out with my first edition of Tower Talk, and it was very, very much appreciated. I sprinkled it with magic dust, and I sent it out before sending it out, on the installation day. And now they want me to send it to all the district officials so that it can be selected for maybe end of the year or something. So
Right.
I mean, I was so I was like, I never knew I had it in me. Like I said, it's recognizing the opportunity.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it was just a cue, and when she said, no, you can do it, and I was like, okay, let's try it.
Yeah, lovely.
So that's a beautiful story which has spanned for me in the last 2 weeks, and I was like, the magic has already started for me.
Absolutely. Lovely. Thank you for sharing, Renu. Thank you so much. That's so amazing.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for, I think it all started, with your magic on the 1st of July. And this happened on the 3rd and the 4th itself. I was like, I'm in gratitude now. It is great.
Absolutely. Lovely. So nice to hear that. Congratulations as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So good. It's 7:15 and I need to wrap up. So I'm going to call it a day. But your 10 blessings, your magic rock, and more importantly, please go through the PDF. Go through the last 20-25 minutes of today's reading so that you can go over the list one more time and say, if I want to work on my relationships, what are the things I need to do for my, say, career, for my wealth, for my desires, for each of these areas, the combination that she has given. Or you can also create your own combinations, and you can create your combinations only when you know what the tools are. So I would want you all to please go through the tools again and read them, understand them, go back to the days that you practiced them. So it's a lot of revision work today. So although I'm not going to do a test tomorrow, I would definitely want you all to make your own ingredients, okay, and get your own dishes rolling out tomorrow. So that's extremely important. Okay, so thank you very much and have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Atma Namaste, Rukmani ji. And I've been reading your messages on the chat on the side here. Thank you. Few members message Vanita. Yes, it was so nice to see you with your husband and the whole idea that you gave around it with Amavasya. Yeah, lovely. And congratulations. She's got her laptop delivered to her. So congratulations on that.
Ruchi,
Yes. Yeah.
Madhu.
Yeah, Madhu. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to share about what you had read today about gratitude. You know, when you offer gratitude or when you do gratification, you get it more in abundance. And if you don't do,
Yes.
you lose it. So this is there's a thing in the Bible itself which says the richer gets The
Yes.
rich gets richer,
Richer.
and the yeah. So I think it even if you take it as a religion also, I
Yes.
mean, still it is the same. The same principles apply to the universe or you call God. So yeah, that's somewhere I resonate. So I thought I'll share it with you.
Yes, yes. So when we started doing this, the book reading, and this particular quote had come in, they did say that they have removed the word gratitude from there. But what it actually means is gratitude. So if you go into one of the initial chapters of the book, she explains it that what we know is that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And what is the cause for it? And this is the cause. So it ties up very well because she has explained it as a part of the Bible, and it has been taken from there, like you
Yes,
rightly pointed
yes,
out.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Yeah. Thank you. So thank you very much, and have a great day ahead. And I will see you all tomorrow, and we will get started on making our own dish and how we're going to roll it out in the coming days. Yes.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Rishi.
you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Ruchi.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ruchi. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Ruchi.
guys. Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much.
Thank you
you.
so much. Yes.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ruchi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhabi.
Thank you. Thank you.